Alrighty, today is December 7th, 2025, Sunday. We're doing a Sunday recap review. I didn't do one last week. I was on vacation, and Friday was a half day. Thursday was Thanksgiving. The market was kind of slow. Wasn't paying attention to the stocks that much, so I didn't do a recap. I didn't trade either. But this week, the market has kind of picked up a little bit, or this past week, the market kind of picked up a little bit, and yeah, some opportunities did pop up, and I was here um, to look at them. Mind you, I did not trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm sorry, I did not trade. I didn't wake up for the market till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was looking on the scans Wednesday night, and I saw some pretty nice setups, and I was like, well, Thursday is the day. So I came back Thursday, and I bought some setups. So we'll see what we got into. Anyways, out of 5 trading days, how many mornings were spent on full market, pre-market prep, scanning, game plans, levels, news flow? Thursday and Friday, so 2. On days prep was skipped or rushed, what was the reason? I just didn't see anything in the market um, particularly ready for me, and I was also sleeping in, getting some rest from Thanksgiving, the weekend, everything. How did lack of prep impact results for those days? Um, they didn't impact that at all. I didn't trade. What one improvement will ensure consistent pre-market prep next week? Waking up in time, or just not sleeping in. Uh, I don't sleep in often when the market is doing well, obviously. So the just waking up early or on time, and that not hitting the snooze button is what one improvement that I can ensure will create consistent pre-market prep. Execution versus opportunity set. Did trades align with setup scan that were truly in play? Absolutely. Looking at my watch list, I first saw MU. This was Friday. I saw MU set up, and I was like, you know what? Let me look at that whole sector. I didn't create one, did I? I didn't create a watch list, but there's like 3 names, right? You got SanDisk, SNDK, which was the least looking, the best or the least. What am I trying to say? This one looked the worst. Okay, out of all the 3 names, SanDisk, MU, and WDC, the ones that come to the top of my head, SanDisk looked the worst. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm not gonna touch SanDisk. I don't like the way it looks. MU, fantastic. I like the way it looked. Right at the 20, right at the 10, tight action, and then I saw WDC, and I thought to myself, oh, WDC also looks great as well. A little stronger than MU. So look at this day here. This one's under the 10. Um, under the 20. And you look at WDC, and it was above the 10 and 20. I was like, okay, well, WDC is stronger here. It looks the best. So I eventually bought it on Friday. I bought WDC Friday. I bought CCJ. Kind of gave some back, but I bought CCJ Thursday. I thought this was also a fantastic setup above the 10, 20, and 50. The rising 50 at that. The other ones were kind of sloping down, but they're perking back up. But still, it was. I mean, I think it was a pretty good setup here. Like perfectly. Yeah, I think it was great. But CCJ, also BE as well on Thursday. Now, mind you, I didn't buy these in my personal accounts. I bought them in my mom's and brother's accounts. I didn't buy my personal accounts because I was soft. I was scared. 100%, I was just scared. But if you look at FLNC, I mean, recovering well, tightness right at the 50. And so I bought it this day. Actually, I've actually bought BE on my Roth line. I didn't buy it for them, and I bought FLNC for them. So I bought FLNC on Thursday for them. So this was also a fantastic setup as well, in my opinion. If you look at this, yeah, I mean, perfectly undercut the 50, bounced straight up, get some really tight above the tightness above the 10 and 20. I mean, this is perfect setup. Not like a 5-star. I would say like a 4-star. Um, actually, yeah. I mean, this is beautiful. It's beautiful setup. So those are the ones I did enter, and those are the ones I think I had the best opportunities. So a CN is still one that I'm looking at. This one looks absolutely insane. Looks beautiful. Let's go to this list right here. SNDK count as recovering well, but as you can tell, it was the weakest one out of all three of them. Um, FLNC bought this one. MU I bought WDC instead. Lemonade, I was debating about buying it here on this day, but I want to see some more tightness in this thing. Um, there's a couple more sideways days. Just give me some more sideways, some inside ranges, and this thing is gonna be a monster. Or it might have already taken off. But yeah, look at CN is freaking insane. It's in the right sector as well. Optical networking. I mean, these names have gone insane. If you look at light as well, I mean, this one has been on the run, so it's just nuts. Just so good. So laser as well, in the same sector. Fiber optics, optical sensors, I think they call them. And on Thursday as well. I saw it on Thursday. Didn't buy it though. Also, pretty good setup, I think, in my opinion. Path. I saw this one. I just didn't think to trade it. I don't like the fact that it still has all this pressure on this side here. With all the supply over here. As you can tell it rejected this peak or this area here twice. On the initial EP day and the second day, obviously, I'll try to cross above it and it just got rejected below it. So maybe some inside, we need some tightness here. If we can get a flag here, like a nice high tide flag, or just a regular flag here at this level, and we break through it, I think it'll be absolutely nuts. Because also it's coming out of this big range here too. It kind of coincides with this area too. It's kind of crazy, huh? How it works. Light CLS also looks fantastic as well. I think this is another pristine setup. Yeah, it's like another 5-star setup. PE, that's my personal. Tesla, I missed Tesla on this day. This was Wednesday. I wasn't trading this day. It's fantastic. It's great. A little slower, but if you look at the setup here, I mean, recovered very well. I liked it a lot. Viasat, also I think a fantastic setup. Also in the right sector. Just on watch. APLD, also not really set up here. Just watching it, waiting for it to set up. NAK, this one I didn't take it. Obviously you can tell. I would have taken it. Probably the day to take it was probably Wednesday, but I think this one wasn't really like a winner in the. This is not a leader, and I think in the metals and minerals. I call it metals and materials, but metals and minerals. I don't think this was really a winner. I mean, I could be wrong, but let's go back. I think it looks one of the best ones out there. Maybe it's the new leader. It might be the new leader, but in a previous run, it was not the leader, but it's now looking like one. MBS doesn't look that bad either. But let's go back to the questions. I go on these tangents. How many quality A plus setups did you take, and how many did you miss? I think I took all of them, in my opinion. The ones that I saw, at least. FLNC, I took. MU, I guess I took this sector. I took it with WDC, which I think was a better setup. Lemonade, I didn't take, but it's a good setup, but it wasn't super strong. You can see here, it kind of got weak. Was it weak early in the morning? Yeah, you can see here it was weak in the morning and then recovered, but nonetheless, still needs some tightness. I think it still needs some tightness. BE was another great setup. I think I took all the A plus setups this week. FLNC 1, BE 2, CCJ 3. Oh, it's not CCJ. CCJ 3. WDC 4. Another great one. I think I took all A plus setups. Now, not on my accounts, but overall. I think I took them. Oh, UEC was a good one too. This is a fantastic one. It's not really a. It's like a variation of the flag setup, but it's kind of like a cup, I guess. It's like a wedge. I don't know what they call it. It sounds like this is a wedge. I don't know what they call it, but this was like a. You can see here, got under the 100-day, squeezed back up. There was super tight right here. Look at this ADR on this day. The range on this day was 3.4%. With the average ADR is 7.1 at the time. So that was half, nearly, actually less than half of its ADR. So that was super tight day there, and just took off. This was a good setup. Missed it, wasn't paying attention to the market, so that's 5. Took CCJ though the next day. Now CCJ might be a laggard. Credo, looking for Credo. Waiting for some tightness here. Cypher's also setting up pretty well. So yeah, I think I took. Oh, EOSE. This one was a pretty good one too. But I think I took 4 out of the 5 A plus setups from what I have on here. For each miss setup, why didn't you execute? The UEC one, I just wasn't at the market. I just wasn't at the computer. So, well, concrete adjustment will prevent missing similar setups. Being at the computer, I think just being on my computer. Yeah, I think that's it. What more? What else can I say? Weekly goal process. What was your key improvement goal last week? It's always going to be the same. It's buy the A plus setups, and I think I did that really well this week. I mean, these could fail, but I still think they were A plus setups. I really do. These were pretty nice setups. I mean, just take a look at this. MU. I mean, we might get some more. Like this is might need some more. It might need some more for MU, but WDC I think is the leader out of these names. Would like to. I don't know if you can hear the helicopter. Yep, you can hear it. Anyways, I think WDC is a leader out of these names. I mean, this is like a pretty textbook flag. I think it's I think it had a base here and it broke out of this base, and this run here wasn't too big, 30%. So I think this base is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I like it. What else was I looking at? What was the question again? Oh, yeah, A plus setups. Yeah, so I mean, I showed them earlier. Whatever, fine. I think I took I think I did well this week. I haven't done well in like 3 months, 4 months. So, yeah. Was progress measurable? Yeah, I took 4 out of the 5 best setups that I have in my watch list. So, I think it's the best week I've had so far. Yeah. Hopefully the market starts to improve this month. Last month was a little rocky, but oh well. If not, what blocked you? Nothing really blocked me other than UEC on Wednesday, and there was another one on Wednesday. Which one was it? Did I just look at it? I don't know. Whatever. I just wasn't at the computer, so that's the only thing that really blocked me. What measurable goal is set for the upcoming week? It's always going to be the same one. Trade the best setups only, because that's going to guarantee me being in the best stocks at the right time. Trade the leaders. Trade the A plus setups. Now the A plus setups, in order for it to qualify as an A plus setup, it has to be in the right sector. It has to obviously have the right setup, and it has to have the right momentum and ADR. So that's an A plus setup. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Was there a clear process objective to start the week? Yeah, I say this in every video, and I'm probably gonna say it from every video here on out. It's gonna be to trade the best setups. How did pursuit of the objective look each day? It's gonna sound like a broken record for if I rewatch these videos, but it's looking at the night before, looking at what has the best setups, looking at what's in the right sector, what stocks have been performing the best, what's held up the best. I know this past month was a little rocky, but you're looking at this, you're trying to find the stocks that have the best setups, or that didn't go as down as much as the market did, where basically which stock has the highest relative strength. Now I don't have a relative strength line or whatever, but you can kind of see it in the picture or see which one's held up the best. And from there, you see which ones have the best setups. And you see which ones are performing the best. You see which ones have the best setups comparative to the market and its peers, and you trade those setups. That's what the process objective looks like. Um, Next, how did pursuit of the objective look? You say I already did that one. Where did focus drift and why? The 2 days that I was trading in the markets, Thursday, Friday, I was pretty locked in. I put my phone away. My phone is my biggest distraction. That short form content is like crack. So, yeah, getting away from that is probably gonna help better my focus. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's where my focus drifts. It continues to drifts that way. I'm getting better, I think. How will alignment with objectives be maintained despite emotions or distractions? Just sticking to the rules. Just sticking to my objectives and the rules, and not breaking those rules. That's it. That's it. I mean, the emotions part is really easy to get in check. I don't really have that much emotions when it comes to trading. If I miss a trade, oh well, I've missed hundreds, thousands. These past 5 years, I've been on and off trading, and this last year and 3 months, I've been full-time trading, or 4 months, whatever. I missed so many, so there's always new ones coming. That FOMO doesn't really hit me that hard, and also, actually, I'm lying. The true the emotion that really gets me is the fear of losing money. That's my big emotion. And distractions goes back to my phone, having my phone in front of me and texting on my phone and being on social media and stuff like that. How early were entries? How early were entries relative to the sweet spot of moves? I think I caught them pretty early in the moves. I kind of identified them pretty early on, so I think I caught them as best as I could. Honestly, I don't think I could have bought them any earlier. I think for BE, I got it here at like 106. Right when I get there, I'm like, okay, you know what? It's looking good now. Let's break it through these levels. Break to the 50. I think once it broke to the 50, I was like, okay. I'm in. FLNC. Once it got over 21, I think I bought it like at 21 or 2080, 2090, something like that. I was like, okay, this looks great. So I bought it then. It wasn't like super early in the morning like I used to do. So I used to buy like in the first minute, and then next thing you know, I get stopped out. So I kind of waited a little bit. CCJ. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's a giant boat out there. CCJ. I think I bought this one at 91. Yeah, I bought it like at 91. Actually, there was like a slight dip. Sorry if I'm screaming, but there's like a slight dip in here. Where was it? This on this candle here, this first hourly candle, it was like at 91, and I had an order out like at 90, 70, 90, 69, something like that, and it came back down, touched it, and then boom, took off. I was like, thank God. That was on my brother's account. So, yeah. I think the entries were fantastic. Honestly, like the entries were perfect and the setups were perfect. So it's been a phenomenal week. Last week was a phenomenal week. We'll see if they can continue. If not, I'll probably get stopped out for break even. But yeah, there wasn't any delays. I kind of recognized it pretty early, pretty quickly, and I was like, okay, this is good. This is great. And I, from studying, kind of helped me and gave me that confidence. Kind of crazy how that works, huh? You study the setups you want, study the stocks that have done well in the past, and you identify that setup and you buy it because you have confidence in the setup from studying. Fantastic. It's crazy how that works. So yeah, what step will help speed up recognitions? That's reaction next week. I don't think I could have reacted faster. I had a little bit more patience in terms of buying these stocks. I'm like, okay, I'm buying these today. I'm not buying these, or this is going. Um, I honestly don't think I could have done it better. The only thing I could have done better was wake up on Wednesday early, bought UEC and bought EOSE, so whatever. But I'm okay with that. What were bar replays of best trades done? Didn't do that. Did replay A plus setups for pattern recognition? Um, I just took screenshots of those setups, so I did put them in the database. Look at this Evernote. Here it is. This might take a while to pop up though. Sometimes it has trouble with this. There, never mind. It listened. Continue. So if you look at Control F, FLNC, I have some previous setups, and then I have the brand new setup that just broke out. So I immediately put them in. Oops. PE. Here we go. Nope. No way. Are you serious? There it is. PE, I have a couple of setups for this one. So this is the one I traded. I mean, this looks beautiful. These look absolutely beautiful. The only thing I don't like is that I undercut this low here, but I mean, this looks nice. It looks very nice. And then I don't know if I did CCJ. Did I do CCJ? Yeah. But this is the recent one. Yeah, it is. So CCJ as well. Phenomenal. What was it? BE, FLNC, CCJ, and what are the other ones? Oh, there's one more. FLNC. Oh, yeah, that's right. WDC. Ah, I didn't take the picture of WDC. Well, that one is going to be added, so should be added soon. Oops. There we go. Right. Next question. Did I do it wrong? Did I do it right? Here we go. How would time be scheduled for at least 2 replay sessions on personal playbook? It's just going to be screenshots of setups and breakouts and EPs. If path ends up being ends up flagging, I'll probably screenshot that one. Obviously, I'm just going to screenshot as the breakouts work and as they happen. Risk management, sizing discipline. What were max daily stop, size rules, and risk plan followed on every trade? Yes, they were. Absolutely. Rules weren't broken. Oversized trade didn't take any. I took right size trades. What adjustment will secure consistency next week? Just following the rules. Follow the rules and play the long game. Emotional and mental game check-in. What emotions came up most frequently? Fear, greed, FOMO, tilt, etc. This week, honestly, I didn't have any emotions. I know I was looking at the markets. I was like, okay, like let's be um, not emotionless, but like let's be as sharp as we can be. Let's be what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I basically saying like let's be elite, like let's be professional. You know, I don't know what professional is, but to me, it's being off the phone, no distractions, and just focusing on what's in front of you. Focusing on what the market is putting in your face in front of you, and trying to understand what the market is saying. Um, so there wasn't really any greed in these trades because it was just like I was trying to be as robotic as possible, so I guess emotionless as possible, and just trading the system. Um, just being okay. This like okay, like having like a checklist, I guess, so to speak. I look at okay, which ones are the best sectors to be in right now? Which ones held up the best? Which ones have the best relative strength based on what I see compared to the overall market? Which ones are having the best setups? Which ones look the strongest? And are they in the right sector? And check, 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 check. Okay, if it breaks out today, buy it. It was just like like a system. Is what I try to do, rather than like I don't think this is gonna work out because the Fed's coming out in 2 or a week and they're gonna cut rates but not even worried about any of that. Just like okay, it's gonna happen. If it breaks out this level, buy it. If it breaks out of this line, you get an alert. Look at the alert. Wait. Watch it. Okay, buy it. If it's not performing well, if it's a little weak, wait. Look at the other names in that sector. Are they weak? Yes. Okay, the whole sector's weak. Are they stronger? Then you're not looking at the leader. That's pretty much it. Did emotions impact execution or decisions? Give one example. Okay, now looking back, maybe FOMO was a slight bit in there. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a human. I got emotions. Even though I try to be robotic, there was some FOMO in there. Looking at these setups, they were juicy. They were beautiful, and it reminded me a little bit of an April. Um, some of these April setups coming out of this, not CCJ in particular, but if you look at Hood, like this Hood setup down here in April, kind of reminded me of some of these plays we were looking at this week. You know, like this little thing here. This kind of looks like PE, right? See this? Almost identical. Almost identical. Look at this. Check this out. See this here? See, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now, not as, but almost identical, right? Um, Same thing with FLNC was a little different. A little different here, but some weakness. Bounce off the 50. Makes a pretty big run. 30%. Some tightness here above the 10 and 20. I mean, beautiful. MU, same thing. Bounce off the 50. Again, some tightness here, but I did a WDC instead because it was stronger. It had a green day this day. And it broke out these levels, and I bought it. I mean, this one is juicy, and they're beautiful. Viasat coming out, looking fantastic as well. CLS, you got CIEN, Cypher. These are all in these AI Gold Rush names. These are all, Cypher. Damn it. Cypher as well. I mean, these are all, what do they call it? The picks and shovels for the Gold Rush. Now we just gotta wait for NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the one to watch because NVIDIA is the leader. NVIDIA is the big dog. This starts breaking out here. Ready for this next run. I mean, this is also a great setup. This is a fantastic setup. I think this kind of looks like the setup where everyone talks about, like most traders bought it back down here. Yeah. This looks very similar to this setup here. Buying this, like, look at this. Long base. Let's see. Fuck it. Roughly 7.2 months. Steady uptrend. Some weakness here, but if you look at this trend here, it held it, undercut it, but held it pretty well. Now, kind of similar here. You know what I'm saying? It just needs to come up a little bit more and then break out. Although we do have some like unnecessary, I don't know. Sometimes I wish you could just like cover this and it'll still look great. But yeah, I think it's. Oops, froze. Hello. Okay. But yeah, look. I mean, could be. It even looks like this setup here as well. I mean, do you see it? Am I tripping? I think it looks more like this one actually. You see that you get that weakness under the 50, recovery, and then takes off. I mean, here you can kind of see it. Some sideways action breaks out but fails. Some weakness under the 50, and then we're gonna recover up and take off. Could be talking nonsense, but oh well. Let's wait and see. Alrighty. What question was I on now? Oh, this one. Yeah. So yes, there was a little bit of FOMO. I wanted to be in these stocks. I really wanted to be in something that I really wanted to be in the best names. That's pretty much it. How was regulation handled in real time? Breathing, stepping away, journaling, walking. I think since I wasn't stressing myself so much, I didn't have to do any of this regulation stuff. Just living the life, going about your day. Didn't have to do any breathing techniques. Just going to work out and eating the right foods, and going to work and enjoying enjoying yourself. I think that's it. The best way. What will be done differently next week to maintain peak state? Just keep showing up. I don't know. Okay, peak state. Here we go. Reviewing setups. Keep on searching for the best names. Well, the best names are going to pop up. I have filters for that or scans for that. So I guess filtering out the best names in the filters and the scans. So looking at the scans, scanning for the best names, adding it to my watch list, and then looking at the watch list and seeing which ones are primed to break out, and then flagging the ones that are primed to break out, and keeping those on the main watch list, waiting for an alert once it passes through my level, watching how it reacts, and buying. I think that's the. There's nothing different I should have done from last week to this week. I don't think. I don't think so. I think it was great. What were win loss ratio? Didn't. Don't do that. Don't touch that. What percentage of setups were playbook versus impulse trades? All of them were playbook setups. None of them were impulse trades. Were notes or refinements added to the playbook from trades? Yes. At least 3 of them. At least 3 of them. Because I know I traded 4. I didn't, as you saw, I didn't add WGC. So, yeah. Which setup showed the highest edge, and how will execution or sizing improve? The best setup last week was those longer bases on these end flags. Like maybe I don't know, they call them cup recoveries. I don't know, but to me they were like bases, pretty big bases as well. Those worked out pretty well. What's the number one priority for improvement next week? Just keeping the best setups and watching them and trading them. What daily process change is committed for, or is committed to, for making the improvement real? I think my process is pretty good for now. I don't know. Actually, I think it's pretty good overall. I don't know what I need to add. I don't know if I should be adding anything or changing anything. If I'm comfortable with what it is right now, I don't necessarily think it needs to be changed. I guess maybe if I see a flaw somewhere later in the future, or if I see a flaw later this week, maybe I'll change it. But I think it's done pretty well. I think I'm doing okay. Will this review make you proud or embarrassed if sent to a coach, accountability partner, and why? I say this every time. I say this every video, and I'm going to continue to say it every video. I would never be embarrassed of this stuff. This is the hard truths. This is the real part of trading that you have to deal with. This is the part that I guess recently most newer successful traders have been talking about, but are taking account into their processes and stuff. But it's what you got to do. You have to review what your performance is, and review what you need to work on, and review what you did wrong, and review the best setups, and review what's going to be the best for you, and review how you feel, review what you're thinking, to understand fully everything about yourself, and not only yourself, but how yourself is going to react when the opportunity comes, or when there is no opportunity. And I think this is necessary. Whether it benefits me, or whether it benefits somebody watching this video, whether it's a random person or somebody I know, I don't know. Most likely this videos will never be watched. But okay, it's just for me. But yeah, it'll always make me proud. I'm doing something that I want to do, and I'm trying to do the best I can. So I will never be embarrassed. Never. Write 3 to 4 steps, or 3 to 4 sentences. Final step. Write 3 to 4 sentences, summary letter to future me. Recapping this week, pointing out sticking points, and reminding yourself what to focus on for next Monday. Alright. This process balances execution, psychology, and data tracking. Help create consistent, honest self-feedback over time. Fantastic. Alrighty. Recap of this week. I would say was, I think this is, I'm hoping, hope doesn't work well in the markets, but hopefully this is a new leg of this bull run. I think there was a bunch of setups I would say, I wouldn't even call them high beta. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure if in the future I look back on this, I'm like, yeah, you're an idiot. Of course you don't call them high beta. But strong names. That's pretty much all it was just strong names. It was the leaders. I mean, what am I talking about? It's the leaders that were performing the best. Like, look how well this held up and recovered during this time period, right? Look at MU, same thing. Now these names are ready to go. CIEN, Laser. Oh, Laser. That's another setup I didn't take. Yeah, that's another A plus setup. So 6. Path I didn't take as well. I mean, Light. Look at. I mean, I have the leaders in my thing right here. Right, BE, another leader in that sector. Uh, Viasat, another leader. It was the breakout of the leaders and continue breakouts of the leaders this upcoming week, I believe. So the recap of this week was buying the best names, buying the strongest names, buying the leaders. If you're buying the leaders, you don't have to worry about much, because if you're buying the leaders, you're buying the best stocks in the market, and if those don't work, then the overall market is not going to be good. So then you just don't trade. But going back to this 3 to 4 sentences thing, it's already been like a paragraph or a page, but what would I say to myself? You've been doing well. Um, this week you did pretty well. This past week you did great. You took the best setups, A plus setups, which is something we've been working on. We haven't been doing it well, but we finally did it well this week. I personally believe those were A plus setups. Looking at my charts, my database, and just studying, I think these were A plus setups, and I think you did well, and you bought them at the right times. You just need to keep on focusing on adding to your database the A plus setups, studying the nuances of these A plus setups, market sentiment, and what makes a leader a leader. And focus. It's just simple as this. Simple as this. If you ever get lost, focus on the leaders, focus on the best setups, and focus what the market wants or what the market needs, what the market is buying. That's gonna tell you what's going on. That's it. That's it. Done deal. Right? End of its story. End of story. Now I'm gonna end this video now. It's getting kind of long. This is typically not typically these are longer than this, but I want to keep it short and sweet. So, yeah, I think that's it. All right. I'll see you.